Is Farage's resignation a matter of principle or a publicity stunt? Well, it came as a shock to Britain when Nigel Farage, leader of Reform UK, resigned as Member of Parliament for his Essex constituency of Clacton. In the speech he made live on BBC News announcing this, he affirmed his intentions to run in the by-election that will be triggered, and it will be a people versus the establishment by-election. This idea of the people versus the establishment has been a core part of the Reform ideology for several years and can be considered one of the main reasons that the party has grown to the membership and support figures that it currently sits at, as he weaponises the governments. Closing the speech, Farage affirms, quote, "The people of Clacton should be the judges of my actions." Now, this idea that if he were to win back his seat, defeating major parties, he could be seen as having the support of the British people despite the establishment being against him and his agenda. However, the contest will not be a normal one. The Conservatives, Labour and the Lib Dems have all planned to not have any candidates in the by-election. This means it will be far more difficult for Farage to make such claims as he won't have directly defeated candidates from any other major parties. There is only one other candidate who's confirmed their intention to run at the time of writing: intergalactic space warrior Count Binface. Binface, real name Jonathan Harvey's policies for his Makerfield by-election campaign included cutting your taxes and rising everyone else's, tries in rugby to be increased from 4 to 5 points in line with inflation, and to build at least one affordable house. In the 2024 general election, Nigel Farage did win a decisive victory in his Clacton, though with 46.2% of the vote, he didn't gain a majority. Of course, if the by-election is a two-man race, a majority would be needed to win. However, in fairness, let's be realistic, I frankly do not see a situation where Count Binface, self-proclaimed leader of the Recyclons, will be victorious and gain his first seat in public office, despite the BBC reporting mixed feelings about Nigel Farage and his Clacton-on-Sea. In a recent interview on BBC4, Binface states, in a clip uploaded by the BBC to TikTok, that his appeal to the people of Clacton is, quote, "Well, I'm not Nigel Farage." A fair assessment and a policy that will appeal to his voters. This resignation from Farage comes amidst an investigation from Parliament's Standards Committee in relation to a personal gift of some £5 million from British Thai billionaire Christopher Harborne, a former follower of the Conservative Party, donating £1 million to a limited company in Boris Johnson's name towards the end of 2022. Who turned to reform with this vast donation made shortly before Farage became an MP. The concern is not necessarily that this donation was made to Nigel Farage, but that when he became Member of Parliament, he did not register this with Parliament like all MPs must for their interests. For example, Keir Starmer has registered interest for £668.46 for copyright payments from books. Parliament.uk defines an interest as, quote, any financial interest an MP has or any benefit they receive which someone else might reasonably consider to influence what they say or do as an MP. So does Farage's multi-million-pound gift fall under that? Well, it's not entirely clear, which is why there's an investigation into it. Not to mention that it was made before he was elected into Parliament. However, Christopher Harborne, as I said before, has previously been at the heart of British politics, even having accompanied Boris Johnson on a visit to Ukraine as one of his advisers in 2023, as reported by The Guardian. Reform UK did make an official statement saying this was a personal, unconditional gift that was given before he was elected. We are confident everything has been declared in accordance with the rules. In my eyes, however, things like this should not simply be followed because they're a rule, but because they're there for a reason, a principle, to uphold trust between Britain's Parliament and its people. Nigel Farage has been known for political stunts in the past, from the purple UKIP bus in his campaign to vote Leave to his banner-towing aeroplane that, in the build-up to the 2010 general election, which, like UKIP, crashed. This one, however, is of a different sort. It has the undertone of seriousness, as Farage informed Britain of his plans on live television, far from his usual energetic persona. Is this the transitioning moment from public figure to government contender? Whilst the argument that it is sincere, the harassment of Farage's family by the press, with Farage citing Sky News as a major offender, is strong, it seems so. Starting the long campaign to try and capture the traditional Tory, the stiff upper-lipped, umbrella-wielding Englishman. Though it is a risk. In the unlikely yet plausible scenario where Farage loses to a satirical candidate, it would be devastating for Reform UK, leaving them as Britain's biggest political laughingstock. The by-election is on the 13th of August, so we have a month before we find out.